Hi, welcome. 12 noon. We are 3 minutes late, and because we were all discussing something important. So, not because we weren't there, we were, but we had to find out what we can show you, what we can't, what is eligible, what is not. So, plenty of backstage discussions were going on. Hence, we were slightly late. The question that we are centrally asking is about the role of the Indian head coach. We will also ask about the bowling combination. We will ask all our reporters. All of them were at the nets. Shubhan has filed an excellent copy. Rohit Juglan has tweeted about Shubman Gill that he was looking the best. So we will ask about the younger batters. We will ask about the head coach. We will ask exactly what transpired at the Indian nets. So for the next 45 odd minutes, plenty to discuss, plenty to talk about. Let me start with you, Devashish Sen. 2018 Ravi Shastri, 2021 Ravi Shastri was able to make a big difference in Australia. And each time, and we've all seen that with Ravi Shastri, the onus is now on this man. He has to step up with captain not performing. The onus is on this man to speak to the captain, to speak to the boys. He has a big role on his hands and he's feisty enough. Where do you see Gautam Gambhir step up, Devashish Sen? Can he do the job?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge challenge for Gautam Gambhir, and more so after that series loss against New Zealand. See, yeah, and it was always going to be challenging in Australia, and who better than Gautam Gambhir to know? But then here lies the biggest challenge too, and he has been motivating the youngsters in the nets, having a long session, long the chats with the youngsters in the side, especially the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill. So yes, and also Virat Kohli today also in during the nets I have shared the pictures with you in the group as well. Virat and Gautam Gambhir having a long chat. They are they're on the same page. Obviously, they're cracking jokes and obviously being in a lighter mood and on a serious note. Yes, it will be a role of the captain and the coach to motivate because with the body language is down, this is the time for the coach and the captain to motivate the youngsters and here lies the biggest challenge of Gautam Gambhir the next few days leading up to that third test match in Brisbane.
Devashish has given me a more generic view, Shubhan, a more generic view that this is what the head coach has to do at this point in time. You and Rohit Juglan give me a bird's eye view. You watched Gautam Gambhir today at the nets. Give me an understanding as to what Gautam has been doing at the nets. Who was he spending time with? What exactly was his body language like? First you, Shubhan, then I'll go to Rohit Juglan.
He was really proactive today. I think it's the most active I've seen Gautam Gambhir since he has become the head coach. As to having conversations with players, he had a lengthy chat with Yashasvi Jaiswal, stopped his net in between and made him understand a few things about his what I could gather from the hand gestures. He was trying to make him understand when what his body posture will be when he's playing the pull shot or the rising deliveries. But Gambhir was keeping a close eye on Virat Kohli's nets, even Rohit Sharma's nets when he was facing the Pacers, and was having, as Debashish said, he had a long chat with Virat Kohli as well. So he's having those conversations with the players, and I'm pretty sure he will be fired up to help India make a comeback, to help his players within the team to gather the confidence back and resume their duties in Brisbane. Today it was more of a light-hearted session, light session, not much intensity because they know that they might not get a outdoor session in Brisbane given the conditions and the rain in the recent times there. But that is why they wanted to utilize this entire session. And Gambhir was really proactive. He even had a chat with Prasidh Krishna in between a session. Harshit Rana also in between a session briefly, not a very long chat, just a comment here or there. But as to speaking with Yashasvi Jaiswal, see, yes, we are talking about Rohit and Virat, them being the senior members, but I think the majority of this batting unit, whether it's Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, Rishabh Pant, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Washington Sundar if he plays, it's a pretty young core. It's a pretty young core. If you leave out Virat, Rohit, and KL Rahul, it's a pretty young core. So the onus, yes, will be on Rohit, Virat, and the senior guys, KL Rahul, etc., in the team to make them bounce back. But the majority of the hard work has to be done by the youngsters as well. So they also need to take up some responsibility. Yashasvi Jaiswal has already gotten two ducks in this series. Yes, we talked about his century in Perth in the second innings. We praised him a lot, but ducks are something which you don't want in Test cricket in your career. Same goes with Shubman Gill. Got a couple of really good starts, looked really good in the match out there, but he could not. He has not been able to convert those 20-30s into 70s, 80s, or even more. So I think Gautam Gambhir being the character that he is, he would be pumping up his boys, and I don't think he needs to do what Ravi Shastri did. Ravi Shastri was a completely different beast altogether, a man who was purely a man manager who knew what he had to say in a correct time to correct player. I think Gautam Gambhir, if he can just be himself and fire up the entire team the way he did during his playing days. There are plenty of interviews of Virender Sehwag how Gautam Gambhir used to fire him before they walked out to bat. So I think Gambhir has a different style, but that different style can also work wonders, especially with the younger players in that team who likes a fiery battle like we saw with Mohammad Siraj and Travis Head. So I think Gambhir should take the onus and just fire the boys up, especially the younger crop, the way he has always done, whether be it for KKR, Lucknow Super Giants during his playing days, during his captaincy stint when he was in Delhi state team. There are plenty of tales of Gautam Gambhir, a fiery captain for Delhi. So I think he needs to channel that and fire the younger lot. If he can fire the younger lot, I'm pretty sure these three guys, Kohli, Rohit, KL Rahul, they will be automatically fired up. Buriada.
रोहित ये बताओ, रोहित जब विराट कोहली वापस आ गए थे 2021 में, अजिंक्य रहाणे रिलेटिवली इनएक्सपीरियंस कैप्टन, रवि शास्त्री, भारत अरुण एंड आर श्रीधर, इनका रोल बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट था. मैं उसके बाद मेरा किताब मिशन डोमिनेशन के लिए सबके साथ बात किया था. Yes, Ajinkya was taking the calls, and every credit to Ajinkya, but the management and the coaching staff also had a very important role to play. आप गौतम गंभीर को कैसे देखते हो, मोने मोकल को कैसे देखते हो, रायन टेंडुलकर को कैसे देखते हो? Because these guys, I mean, India dropped critical catches, India bowlers were not up to the mark, and Gautam Gambhir as head coach has a massive role. Rohit Jugla.
अब बुरेदा दो जो स्ट्रेट अवे डिफरेंसेस है वो मैं आपको सबसे पहले बताता हूँ. पहली चीज, रवि शास्त्री बोल नहीं करते थे इंडियन टीम प्लेयर्स को नेट्स में. आप उनको कभी बहुत ज्यादा थ्रो डाउन्स देते हुए नहीं देखोगे. गंभीर रिसेंटली बहुत ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व हो गए हैं. आई वाज देयर इन श्रीलंका ऑल्सो, आई वाज देयर इन चेन्नई ऑल्सो एंड इन कानपुर ऑल्सो. शामिक दा भी इसके बारे में डिटेल में बताएंगे ना. आफ्टर दैट आई थिंक शुभान दा भी बता पाएंगे क्योंकि उसके बाद की सीरीज में वो थे वहां पे. गौतम गंभीर रिसेंटली स्टार्टेड दीज थ्रो डाउन्स थिंग. पहली चीज ये, वो अभी अपना हाथ पक्का ही कर रहे हैं. उनको देखकर लग रहा है कि ही समवन बाकी थ्रो डाउन एक्सपर्ट्स के बीच में वो अभी थोड़े से नए नवेले से लग रहे हैं. ही वाज ट्राइंग टू फाइंड लेंस. तो पहली चीज जो एक डिफरेंस है वो ये है. और दूसरी चीज मुझे लगता है सिलेक्शन को लेकर है, जहां पर पर्सनल कौन रहेगा टीम में, कौन नहीं रहेगा. ऑब्वियसली रोहित शर्मा एक बहुत ही सीनियर और बहुत ही सेंट्रल कैरेक्टर है उस चीज के. बट आई थिंक जो रवि शास्त्री और विराट कोहली एरा में था कि दैट विराट विल डिसाइड, आई थिंक. हालांकि रवि शास्त्री ने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सिलेक्शंस किए हुए हैं. आप जसप्रीत बुमराह की स्टोरी हम सबको पता है. इसके अलावा भी अगर आप 2021 वाला जो टूर है उसको देखेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि चीजें जो है वो कितनी अलग थी. बट आई थिंक यहाँ पर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जो थिन ऑफ द थिंग्स है, जो एक सबसे बड़ा जिम्मेदार व्यक्ति है किसी भी प्लेयर के आने सिलेक्शन में, आई थिंक. और इसको लेकर के जो पहले भी स्टोरी हुई थी कि वो सिलेक्शन कमेटी की मीटिंग में बैठे थे. ही इज द फर्स्ट कोच. मतलब राहुल द्रविड़ बैठे हैं, वो इसलिए बैठे हैं क्योंकि उस समय पर आपका कोई प्योर कैप्टन नहीं था आपके पास, तो आपको राहुल द्रविड़ को बैठाना पड़ता था. बट एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम जब आपको पता है कि रोहित शर्मा आपके पास एक सीनियर कैप्टन है, उसके बावजूद भी अगर गौतम गंभीर बैठ रहे हैं तो उनका रोल काफी ज्यादा डिसाइसिव है इस चीज को सेलेक्ट करने में कि कौन खेलेगा और कौन नहीं खेलेगा और कौन टीम में आएगा और कौन नई टीम में आएगा. सो आई थिंक ये दो रोल जो है उनके रवि शास्त्री से बिल्कुल कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट है. यस, ही वाज हैविंग वन ऑन वन चैट्स विद ऑल डिफरेंट प्लेयर्स. उनका अपना तरीका है बात करने का और उनका अपना तरीका है समझाने का. बट मुझे नहीं लगता बुरेदा कि इसके अलावा अभी हम बहुत ज्यादा वो जो भारत अरुण वाली चीज थी वो मैं अभी शायद मोने मॉकल से नहीं उस तरीके से देख पा रहा हूं. बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली पहली चीज ये है कि वो भी बहुत नए हैं इस सेटअप में. एंड द सेकंड थिंग इज कि जैसे भरत अरुण के साथ एक सिराज का एक पुरानी स्टोरी है, एक वो पंजाब किंग्स वाली स्टोरी है कि भरत अरुण से मिलना चाहते थे मोहम्मद सिराज. यू नो इट मोर देन मी कि वो एक बैक एंड स्टोरी थी कि भरत अरुण ने एनसीए डेज में, पंजाब किंग्स डेज में उनके साथ पहले काम करने की इच्छा जताई थी और वो एक ओल्डर कनेक्शन था. विद मोने मोकल आई थिंक अभी भी वो कम्युनिकेशन स्टार्ट हो रहा है बिकॉज अभी 3-4 महीने पुरानी है सारी चीजें. सो इट्स नॉट लाइक कि वो वाला कनेक्शन आप इन लोगों के साथ जोड़ पाओ. रायन टेंडुलकर ही इज ऑलमोस्ट देयर. मतलब एक थ्रो डाउन्स करते हैं वो. यस, प्लेयर्स रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं बट इसके अलावा मैंने कभी भी ऐसा नहीं देखा कि रायन के साथ किसी प्लेयर की या मल्टीपल प्लेयर्स की कोई इंटरेस्टिंग मीटिंग्स चल रही हैं. यस, ही वाज इन्वॉल्व विद द जो नेट में लड़के थे उनके साथ उन्होंने अभी मैच शुरू होने से पहले एक दिन प्रैक्टिस के काफी बातचीत की थी. बट थ्रो डाउन्स करवाने में काफी उनका इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है. बट मैंने कभी उनको इस तरीके से नहीं देखा मल्टीपल टाइम्स कि मैं बोल सकूं रायन के साथ ये पर्टिकुलर प्लेयर जो है वो बार बार या फिर अलग अलग प्लेयर्स उनके साथ आ रहे हैं जो शायद हम पहले देखते थे. आर श्रीधर बीइंग समवन जो 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 रवि शास्त्री की क्लोज बुक्स में थे और ये लोग जब साथ में चलते थे या साथ में जो मीटिंग्स होती थी उसमें भी भरत अरुण और ज्यादा क्लोज थे रवि शास्त्री के. आर श्रीधर से भी बहुत ज्यादा क्लोज थे. सो आई थिंक वो चीज अभी अभी इस टीम में आने में टाइम लगेगा बुरेदा, क्योंकि अभी ये सब बहुत करंटली अगर आप उस हिसाब से देखोगे बहुत नए हैं ये सब लोग. और जाहिर सी बात है कोई पुरानी ओल्ड स्टोरी नहीं है जो हम भरत अरुण के साथ देखते थे एनसीए में. और उनको लेकर जो एक रिस्पेक्ट थी, मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा कि इस टीम में रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है, अपने कोचेस को लेकर के रिस्पेक्ट है. बट वो जो एक बॉन्डिंग होती है ना, जो आपके पहले से आपका कुछ मीटिंग्स है, कुछ बातचीत है, कुछ एक दो बार की मुलाकात है, सडनली आप आ जा रहे हो तो आप कनेक्ट कर पाते हो उसके साथ. वो चीज आई थिंक अभी आने में शायद टाइम लगेगा. सो आई डोंट थिंक कि उस तरह का कुछ कॉन्वर्सेशन होगा. उस तरह की कोई चीज शायद गौतम के साथ होगी, क्योंकि गौतम एंड हर्षित राणा का एक कनेक्शन हो सकता है, गौतम एंड नवदीप सैनी का एक कनेक्शन हो सकता है, गौतम और विराट कोहली का एक कनेक्शन हो सकता है. बट आई एम नॉट सीइंग विद मोने मोकल अभी ये प्लेयर्स के साथ उनको बॉन्डिंग बनाने में वक्त लगेगा. वो कि मैं अपनी कोई भी चीज जो है उस तरीके से शेयर कर सकता हूँ, उसमें मेरे हिसाब से भी वक्त लगेगा.
Okay. Important points there, Gargi. But the fact of the matter is, Mone Mokel will have to deliver. I mean, whether it is in Australia and whether it is in England, people will judge him by these 10 test matches, because these are conditions where a fast bowler who has been an exceptional fast bowler in his career, he will be judged. I mean, on home soil, on different wickets, Mone Mokel's impact is not going to be that relevant. But these 5 test matches and the 5 in England next year. So Mone Mokel, Gautam Gambhir, and Ryan Tendulkar. And by the way, the fact that Mohammad Siraj throws the way he does is an R. Sridhar impact. The fact that Rishabh Pant is a better wicketkeeper today is an R. Sridhar impact. The fact that Virat Kohli at one point in time used to field at short cover is an R. Sridhar impact, because they
Even
wanted Virat Kohli to give
even
to
Ashwin, the way
Ashwin. So a lot of these guys, I mean, the whole idea was Virat ko samne khada kar do, so that Virat can meet them eye to eye and create impact psychologically on the opponent's batter. So these are important interventions from Arshidhar. Gargi, where do you stand? Because it is all easy to say, coaches can only do up to a point. But the backroom and the management is absolute paramount when you play team sport, especially in the build-up. Gargi Rao.
Absolutely. I think the head coach, the staff, they have the the responsibility to maintain the atmosphere in the dressing room, and that is very important because that dictates how the team plays on the field. If you look at Virat Kohli, Ravi Shastri time, we had a very aggressive Indian team that we had never seen before. And if you think back to those BGT India versus Australia Test series, we had seen a side of Indian cricket we had never seen before, and that was all thanks to the dressing room atmosphere and the confidence that the staff had built into the team. So that's where most a majority of the responsibility of the staff lies. And when we talk about Mone Mokel, because it's going to be a huge responsibility for him as well, considering that there are a lot of young guys in the side, young bowlers, fast bowlers in the side. His experience in shaping these young bowlers will be paramount. And finally, there's not a lot for me to talk about, because everyone brought up very important points. But Gautam Gambhir, I think, again, it is all going to be about instilling belief into the team, instilling that confidence, getting that momentum going. Because ever since Gautam Gambhir came in, a lot happened. uh, we've seen 2-3 series now. This is the third series from when Gautam Gambhir has come in, and a lot has happened in these series. I feel like there have been highs of highs and lows of lows. So lowest of lows and highest of highs. So right now, I think it's all about getting that momentum, confidence, and self belief in the team.
Some questions, Shomik, Nalini Kabalasekar, Lionel Messi, Lamine Yamal, whatever his original name is, saying that these are T20 coaches. What do they mean by that? I don't think they even know. Somebody says Gautam Gambhir has brought KKR coaches to the mix. He should be sacked. Now, what do KKR coaches even mean? I don't know. At one point, when Ravi Shastri was being made coach, and I was reporting then. Now, though I don't report regularly. Zahir Khan, if you remember, Shomik, was the man tipped for the job. Ravi Shastri put his foot down and said, I don't want Zahir Khan. Will anyone doubt Zahir Khan's ability? Will anyone doubt Zahir Khan's exceptional achievements? Ravi Shastri said, I want Bharat Arun for this job. And there was a huge backlash because at that point in time, Zahir was tipped for the job. Now, if I parade Bharat Arun and Zahir Khan and talk about test cricketing pedigree, if Zahir is 100, Arun is 0. But Arun turned out to be the best ever bowling coach in the history of Indian cricket. So that is how coaching staff is. Shomik Chakraborty, context. Gautam Gambhir has to have his own team to have that confidence to be able to make the team. Shomik Chakraborty.
And not only Zahir Khan, yeah, you must be remembering. I mean, we were reporting Rahul Dravid was also incorporated as the batting consultant by the Cricket Advisory Committee, and Ravi Bhai said no. I want my own people. I want my own setup, and that's the way coaching works. See, the fact of the matter is that I, as far as Gautam Gambhir is concerned, he has proven his mettle. I mean, he has shown that he will turn things around after the home series whitewash. India bounced back and won emphatically in Perth. Now he will have to do it again. But I think the message from Gautam Gambhir to the boys would be: see, just forget about the Adelaide test. It's a pink ball test. It's red ball is a completely different ball game altogether. Australia always win pink ball test in Adelaide, so nothing much to read into it. As far as support staff, I will not go into any kind of KKR bias or anything. That's total rubbish. But this is my personal view. I don't know what, I mean, I'm not too sure about Morny Morkel or Rant and Ashkata. I personally believe there are better people in India. For example, in no way Onkar Shalvi or Aviska Salvi is inferior to Morny Morkel as far as a bowling coach is concerned. And if, as like a Bombay cricket, I mean, Bombay cricket people, an old hand told me that if he is that good, I mean, Morning Mortal doesn't have much credit in the bank as far as his coaching is concerned. I mean, if he is that good, he would have been in demand in South Africa also. That is not the case. But moving aside, I would like to know a couple of things from our people in Australia. And Rohit, Shubhan, and Mama, they were at the nets. They have seen of all the assessment, and herein lies Gautam Gambhir's role, and which I want to know. Of all the assessment of Rohit's batting and Rohit's form, I found Cheteshwar Pujara's observation absolutely to the point. Pujara said has developed a technical issue. He is getting bored, LBW on the line with the ball moving in, and getting bored on that same line with the ball moving out. I just want to know today, If there is a special training session, I mean, with Rohit, how Rohit and Gautam's interaction was at the nets, anything changed? Because we saw in Adelaide in the first innings, Rohit played in the first innings, he had a side on stance. In the second innings, he opened his stance a bit. All these issues, and another fact, did he mostly train the new ball or the older ball?
Some of these answers were kind of taken in the morning, but I'll, because you asked the questions, I'll go to Devashish. Devashish, you want to take the question that Shomik asked?
Borida, as far as Gambhir's interaction with Rohit Sharma, it was limited, but he was very closely with Virat Kohli, and that chat was for a longer duration compared to what it was with Rohit Sharma. But then, having said that, obviously, and Rohit Sharma has been working, but he has looked really, really in some sort of trouble. Means totally there, as Pujara rightly said, he looks to have developed some technical problems. So, and that has been his undoing in recent times. But see, when you play international cricket for a long time, there will be phases when your form will not be going. So there will be dip in your form. But with this player, someone who has played for 18 years, someone they're talking of the likes of Rohit and Virat. See, these two means they don't need, all they need is some mental adjustments rather than
So audio,
simply
the
just take.
problem was this. Devashish, your audio is coming and going kind of. Just speak again, because your audio at times is getting a little muffled. Speak again.
Am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Yes, I was just talking about this. In a long career, you are bound to develop a technical flaw. Means obviously, and obviously with this technical analysis and this constant reviewing what the batsman, where is the batsman's flaws. So the opponent bowling attack is bound to get your shortcomings. But then obviously, being into international cricket for so long, they are the right people. They know how to get away from this. Yes, you don't need coaching the Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma, but definitely when it comes to developing a mental flaw, that really is the biggest challenge of Gautam Gambhir as an elder brother. But what it was means noticed here right across from Park. If Rohit was there with me, the beauty of this Australia series, what we have been observing from outside the nets is that Virat Kohli and Gautam Gambhir, they are getting along with each other absolutely brilliantly. Means there have been laughs, there have been technical discussions, there have been chats, there have been analysis. So that is what you want. Means I think Gautam Gambhir's role with a little bit of elder brotherly advice to Rohit Sharma and the Virat Kohli, what they are going wrong, where they are going. Because I'm not talking about technically, but a little bit of some inputs that might do a world of good as to the confidence is concerned.
Do me a favor, Devashi, just join back again, because there a little bit of audio issue. Its clarity is going at times. So just join back again. Shubhan, take this one. Gargi mentions coaches are responsible for maintaining the atmosphere in the dressing room by including an out of form Rohit Sharma based on favoritism. What precedent does it set? Who the hell has included Rohit Sharma? It's not the coaches, it's the selection committee. That is their job, for God's sake. I mean, this whole Rohit Sharma bashing that is going on at the moment in India. Address this, Shubhan. Where does this head? I mean, will this is making no sense after a point. This has become a favorite social media pastime. Make no mistake, he's not playing well. He's not captaining well. He has not looked the part in the nets, but he's India's captain and will be India's captain going into Brisbane. Shubhan, address that.
Where does the question or even the point of favoritism in regards to Rohit Sharma come? I don't think that's even a fair point. In all honesty, Rohit, as Boria you mentioned, Rohit is the captain. He's your opening batter. Although he batted at number six, but he's the man who is leading you guys from the front, and he just won a T20 World Cup a few months back. You guys were celebrating Rohit Sharma a few months back, and hailing his captaincy and everything that he has done for Indian cricket just a few months back. Not we don't have to go 2 3 years in the past. Now that he's going through a rough patch, this is your time as fans to back this guy up rather than just slamming him on social media. And by the way, Rohit Sharma is not even on social media. He has not opened up his social media, Instagram or Twitter, for the last 1.5 years. So he's not reading anything that you are writing. But just for public perception, try and back your players. Don't just ridicule them after a few bad innings, because in Australia people like Mark Taylor against Mohammad Siraj, all the social media, all the journalists against this incident after Mohammad Siraj versus Travis Head, his backing Travis Head rather than ridiculing him for saying FO to Mohammad Siraj. They are backing their own boy. And what we are doing, we are bashing Mohammad Siraj just for his celebration or just for his aggression that he showed on the field. I was surprised to see that majority of fans on social media were bashing Yashasvi Jaiswal and celebrating Mitchell Stark after he got him for duck in here in Adelaide. People were saying दिखा दिया ना औकात ये वो और बोलो slower ball hai. That is on-field sledging, guys. That happens. Harshit Rana bowled bumpers to Alex Carey, Mitchell Stark, and Josh Hazelwood, and he received them back in Adelaide. That is what on-field feistiness is, and that will continue. But don't try to put more pressure on these players by just bashing them left, right, and center without no reason, or just to support your favorite player. I know people bash Shubman Gill and Yashasvi Jaiswal because they want to see Ruturaj Gaikwad play. I know why Rohit Sharma is bashed because they want Virat Kohli to excel. I know why people bash Virat Kohli because they want Rohit Sharma to excel. And similarly with Mohammad Siraj, I know why people are bashing Gautam Gambhir because they did not like the way Gautam Gambhir's KKR defeated their IPL teams. Stop doing these things, guys. I think this is just an earnest request, because all of them, starting from a Raghu Nuwan, who are the throwdown specialists, to Ajit Agarkar, who is the chief selector, to Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli, who are the senior most members of this team, they are playing to do well for their country, to make their team win. Opposition Australia is also out there to win matches and not to hand over or give them walkover. So these are two competitive teams, number one, number two teams in the world, who are facing each other. So you will expect a lot of things, but back your players. Yes, if someone does really bad, someone does something which is not acceptable on field, do criticize that. There's no harm in criticizing that. India is all about diverse opinions, but just don't make a mockery out of the for the Indian community in front of the Aussies, and where they will just see some tweets or Instagram post and say, "देखो ये लोग तो अपने players पे ही हंस रहे हैं."
The funny part about this is, Shubha makes some important points. I'll go to Gargi, Shomik, Rohit right away. The funny part about this is Yashasvi Jaiswal will always be able to say, I won India one match. If I take the history of India Australia cricket, 1948 was the first time India played, India lost 4-0. How many times have you even won a test match in Australia? 92 4-0, 99 3-0. You have continuously lost. Yes, 77 78 against a third rate Australia, India lost 3-2. 81 was 1-1. And that third rate Australia, when Kerry Packer and Bobby Simpson was brought back as captain, it was under Ganguly from 2003-4 1-1, and then the whole game changed. 2007-8 we were competitive. By the way, we even lost in 2007-8 2-1. So 2011-12 4-0. So Yashasvi Jaiswal at this point in time can stand up and say, "I've won India a test match in Australia." So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? I read Australian headlines. Travis said, "What revenge against someone who called him a liar." I read Daniel Brettig's tweet today saying, and that's why I told Shubhan, he's tweeting saying Siraj will be reprimanded for his celebrations or has been cautioned. And then that entire article has nothing about the celebration or the caution. It has Mark Taylor's opinion. Come on, boss. You know the age, and I understand Daniel Brettig and Australian nationalism. It's all bullshit. Who has cautioned Mohammad Siraj for his celebrations? Nobody. If somebody has, why don't you put that down? You are putting down Mark Taylor's comments. Who is Mark Taylor? Is he match referee? Is he the umpire? Is he the ICC? Who is Mark Taylor? He's a former cricketer like hundreds of others. So, this is Australians coming at India. They're targeting Mohammad Siraj. They know that Mohammad Siraj is an important cog. And at this point in time, instead of standing by your own cricketers, we Indians, we try and be IPL fans or some idiots. Come on, man. Come on. रोहित, ये जो हमारे फैंडम का जो ये एक अलग ही पहलू है ना, ये हमारे क्रिकेट को एक्चुअली डैमेज करता है। रोहित जुगलान,
अच्छा लगा बुरेदा, आपने पहलू शब्द का इस्तेमाल किया। ब्रिलियंट हिंदी फ्रॉम योर साइड। बट यस, मतलब ये चीज आप जब आप कोई टेस्ट मैच हार जाते हो, शुभानंद और मैं यही डिस्कस कर रहे थे उस दिन जब हम ये पहले दिन जब उन्होंने पहली बॉल पे आउट कर दिया मिचेल स्टार्क ने यशस्वी जायसवाल को। देखो, ऑस्ट्रेलियंस को थोड़ी पता है पानी पूरी क्या होती है, जो वो जो मीम्स बना रहे थे, दे वर ऑल इंडियंस एंड 10 में से 8 मीम्स, यू ट्रस्ट मी, 10 में से 8 मीम हम दोनों इस चीज पर डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि 10 में से 8 मीम सिर्फ यही है कि यशस्वी जायसवाल जो पहले टेस्ट मैच में ये बोल रहे थे, उनको जो है एक तरीके से बता दिया मिचेल स्टार्क ने कि देख मैं हूं जो मैं हूं और तू क्या है वो तेरे को हमने बता दिया। सो इट वाज लाइक दैट। तो जाहिर सी बात है, हमारे यहाँ ये भी चीज है कि कहीं ना कहीं आप इंडिविजुअल्स को पकड़कर इतने ज्यादा स्ट्रांग हो चुके हो कि आप इंडियन टीम को नीचे रखते हो और इंडिविजुअल्स को ऊपर रखते हो। दे डोंट वांट अ इंडिया विन, दे वांट अ विराट कोहली 100, दे डोंट वांट अ इंडिया विन, दे वांट अ रोहित शर्मा 100। वो सारी चीजें इसी तरीके से चलती है। इंडिया हार जाए लेकिन विराट कोहली के 100 आ गए तो वो खुश है, इंडिया हार जाए रोहित शर्मा की कैप्टनसी अच्छी हो गई है तो वो खुश है। तो ये चीज इस वक्त पर, और ये सिर्फ आज का नहीं है, इसको बहुत टाइम हो चुका है। आई थिंक 10 साल हो चुके हैं इस चीज को, जब हमने स्लोली इस चीज को क्रिकेट में आते हुए देखा। बिकॉज मैंने कभी नहीं देखा कोई सचिनिज्म का फैन पेज है और वो राहुल द्रविड़ के 0 पे आउट होने से खुश हो रहा है। ये सचिन के फैंस थे और वो हमेशा सचिन और इंडिया के अच्छा करने से खुश होते थे। बट मैंने कभी ये नहीं देखा कि एक सचिन का फैन पेज है जो कि राहुल द्रविड़ के 0 पे आउट होने की खुशी मना रहा है। बट ये आज की क्रिकेट का सच है कि विराट कोहली अगर 0 पे आउट होंगे तो रोहित शर्मा के फैंस खुश होंगे। इंडिया उससे हारेगा या नहीं हारेगा नहीं पता, लेकिन वो लोग खुश हो जाएंगे कि भाई कम से कम इसमें रोहित शर्मा या विराट कोहली का कुछ अचीवमेंट नहीं है। सो आई थिंक, और ये हो चुका है, ये एमएसडियंस, विराटियंस, रोहिटियंस, इन सब ने ये, और अब ये नए लेवल पे जाएगा जब यशस्वी जायसवाल और शुभमन गिल को आप आने वाले समय में देखोगे, ऋषभ पंत को आप आने वाले समय में देखोगे, ये इन लोगों के साथ होता चला जाएगा। ये आप इसको जितना मना कर लीजिए, लेकिन ये आज की क्रिकेट का और इंडियन क्रिकेट का एक कड़वा सच है कि फैन बेसिस इंडिविजुअल्स के जो हैं वो इंडियन क्रिकेट से ऊपर जा चुके हैं। आप इसे माने चाहे ना माने, लेकिन ये हमें और आपको टैकल करना ही पड़ेगा, आज भी, कल भी और आने वाले।
मैं तो यही बात कहता हूं रोहित, मैं तुम्हारे साथ कंप्लीटली सहमत हूं कि ये जो फैंडम है, और मैं इसको हर दिन झेलता हूं, मैं एज एन एकेडमिक झेलता हूं कि ये ट्रोलिंग कहां से आ रहा है। ये जो एक अगली साइड ऑफ इंडियन फैंडम हो चुका है, मैं ये बाकी कंट्रीज में भी नहीं देखता हूं, और मैं ट्राई एनालाइज करने का कोशिश करता हूं ये कहां से आ रहा है। Is it because we have a relatively younger demography in the country with people having access to mobile phones, which has made them active consumers rather than passive participants? Why does this happen? Because the fact is, one defeat, and it is as if everybody is rubbish. Look at our comment section, full. Border Gavaskar trophy is gone. How come? It's 1-1. 3 test matches to play. It's 1-1. That to a pink ball test. Gargi, I mean, why is this? Is this about an impatient India? Where does this come from? Because if you, and let me tell you this, if journalists and fans do not back your players in an away tour, a tour like Australia, you are not doing your job. Yes, you must ask your questions, but at the same time, when it becomes heated, I can tell you, Monkey Gate, I was part of those press conferences. I helped. Today, Sridhar is not there, the manager, MV Sridhar. I helped him write that dossier. I was part of Shashank Manohar's father when he coached Harbhajan Singh about that hearing. So we have all been part of these things. How is it that this has come to this, Gargi Rao?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew where this came from. What is it about the Indian fandom that makes them this toxic? Some you have incredibly genuine fans who really love the sport and analyze the cricket and forget about the personal part. I think I don't understand where this comes from, because the only thing I think about here is when opposition see the Indian fandom, see the way that the Indian players get treated when they're not being worshipped, they must think we don't even have to do anything. All the criticism, all the insulting, they do it to themselves. So half their job is done right there. Good thing that the Indian players don't pay too much attention to this and have their teams and whatever to handle their social media. Otherwise, think of the mental impact this can have on someone. I mean, constantly these people don't even know you. They don't know how much effort you're putting in behind the scenes when you're not on the camera, and still compassion is lost in Indian fans.
Somebody is continuously asking that question. Yes, I'll come to Shomik. Why does Rohit Sharma get picked? And go ask the selectors, damn it. How will Rohit Juglan answer that question? Is he a selector? He's your captain, bloody hell. He's your captain. In Brisbane, he will be the one at the toss,
Second best
representing
match winner in
1.3
last
billion
5 years.
people.
Second best match
Come
winner in
on,
last
man.
5 years.
Exactly. I mean, he is the captain. He will wear that Indian crest and go out there to toss on behalf of India. What are we talking about here? Whether it is a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli, when Virat Kohli comes out to bat, every time my heart flips it, come on, here's the man who can change it. Or somebody. What is this nonsense that, X has to fail? Show me your point.
See, I think there are a few things there. First of all, social media is basically is a platform, is an assembly of juvenile novices mostly. I'm not talking about everyone, but mostly it's an assembly of juvenile novices. Number one. Number two, if you see it's a socio-economic problem also. It's I mean, it's not restricted only to India. If you see football in England, and the trolls and abuses that the players get after a defeat or a bad performance, like Andre Onana now is facing after the game against Nottingham Forest. The fact of the matter is that, as you mentioned, I mean, we have a younger demography, and see, everything comes into see the employment rate in England also. Those who goes to Kennington and read Guardian, they are not doing it. There is a section that follows football, and you know that very well. So they are doing it. In India, it is similar. Look at the age profile of those who are doing, and there is a difference between fans and supporters. Those are the those are the, those who have been doing this. We call them Twitter fans. They are not supporters. Supporters are those who will be there through thick and thin. You will have wins and losses in sport. India have been unbeaten and at home for 12 years, right? And then they lost one test series. Now India doesn't have a divine right to win every game. They absolutely, if you play badly against a quality opponent, you will lose. Simple. But if you if someone is always on the Twitter or any social media platform, which means he doesn't have any other work. He's not going anywhere. He doesn't have a 10 to. So this is
I'm reading these comments. Nikhil Rawat and Rahul Rawat, Nikhil Naz. Come on, here. Nikhil Naz and Rahul Rawat are journalists of a different platform. If they are PR agents, that's their problem. Don't watch them. I respect them. Everybody does. They are journalists and they are part of our profession. You are commenting about them here. You want to provoke us? We won't be. They are part of our profession. We will always respect them. Rohit Juglan is a PR agent of Rohit Sharma. Bloody hell. Rohit Juglan in his morning live, the first
I
statement
get
was, I am so disappointed with
he
the
gives
way
me 5
Rohit
lakh
batted.
rupees per month.
No, but that's less. But at least get 15 to 25 lakhs from Rohit Sharma. Come on here by being his, what nonsense here? What
Then
nonsense
I
are
have
these
to
things?
criticize also, na. I have to criticize also. That's why.
What statement? In fact, I'm saying it. I don't know if it's right or wrong. When Rohit said what he did in the morning live, Devashish and I instantly exchanged messages and said, "Is it that bad?" That was our first exchange. When Rohit said it that is X number of balls, and Shubhan and I had a phone call. I asked Shubhan, "Is it that bad?" And that's how we have been reporting as objectively as possible. Where are you guys coming from? Rohit Juglan is a PR agent. Shubhan is this. So and so is so and so. Come on here. And somebody is now abusing Vikrant. Vikrant is a friend of mine. I mean, if he's good or bad, it's his bloody problem. Shomik, there is a good question. I think Devashish, you can take that. Moni Mokel, there's a super chat. Gargi, take that. Where did too many comments? This one. In BGT, Bharat Arun played a crucial role with that bowling lineup and gave them a good plan to bowl. Our bowlers were lacking plans, what Moni Mokel is doing. Why is no one talking about it? We've spoken about it many times, but Devashish, you want to address that?
Yeah, Boyana, it's his first big challenge. Means as a bowling coach, means you have to accept it, and there's a huge lot of a cultural difference. He's coming from a South Africa, and so there is a cultural difference between them. But in cricket, means it doesn't matter. But then Morkel has been working with the bowlers as was seen. He was having a long chat with Prasidh Krishna today during the nets. So it's not bad. But my thing is that Bharat, when you talk about the Bharat, he was more of an elderly brother to the likes of Shami, Siraj, Bumrah. I mean, he came across just like Ravi Shastri. So they were like elderly brothers giving advice to to these players. Not so you can relate that with a body Morkel. And so means therein lies means, when things does not work according to plan A, you should go to plan B. By that I mean by if there's a bit of like it's up to man management, and that is where I think the Moni Markle and Ryan Ten Daskate needs to work a lot. It's not the case with Gautam Gambhir because he knows the culture. I mean, he knows how to deal with having helped KKR win those two titles, both as a captain, as a mentor, having won the World Cup. So he knows how the Indian mindset is. But when it comes to Ryan Ten Daskate or a Moni Markle, they will take time. We cannot just rubbish themselves immediately. They will have to take time, and it's the first big series away from India. So yes, and they are working. Means the likes of Harshit Rana or a Prasidh Krishna or a Mukesh Kumar or a Akash. These bowlers have not worked with the Morning Oracle. It's from that series against New Zealand and now this one. So we have to repose faith on them. But yes, when it comes to comparison between Bharat Arun and Morning Oracle, Bharat Arun was just like an elder brother as much as was Ravi Shastri. So that was they used to bring out the best in them. So
I hope Morkel is also able to, because it's important that he does. There's a super chat, and I'll take closing comments now. Shubhan, you take this one. Whatever the rift among fans for the players is created by the so-called journalists through their tweets and article. बाकी कुछ बोलूंगा तो विवाद हो जाएगा. यार मत पढ़ो ना उनका tweets. अच्छा कुछ देखा करो, हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म देखा करो. Shubhan, you want to address this?
Mute.
I don't know which journalist he is talking about, but in the recent times, I have not seen any sort of articles which can provoke a rift or something. Disagreements happen between players, and that's what mature people do. They disagree and they try to improve themselves in the for the betterment of the team. And I don't agree with this statement that rift is created by those articles which journalists write, or articles or tweets or whatever it is. I don't agree, because at the end of the day, you are reading that, you can form your own opinion whether you want to trust that or not. If you blindly trust those journalists, then you think they are credible. Then you think they are credible enough to be trusted. So it's on your understanding of what to believe, what to not believe, and people will write, people will have their opinions, and since Elon Musk has made Twitter a platform from where you can earn money. People just write rubbish just to get impressions on. So try and read as much as possible. Try and read newspapers, website articles. Try and read multiple articles around that same topic, and then form an opinion on what to trust and what to not trust. बाकी तो विवाद का कुछ नहीं है भाई. प्लेयर्स के बीच में डिसएग्रीमेंट होता है, सबके बीच होता है.
हमारे बीच हर दिन होता है और होगा भी,
हाँ,
तभी अच्छा काम
होता
होता है. रोहित जुगलान, मुझे ये बताओ, आपने शुभमन गिल के बारे में ट्वीट किया है. गिव मी अ सेंस, हाउ आर द यंगर बैटर्स लुकिंग, बिकॉज़ द ओनर्स विल बी ऑन द यंगर बैटर्स आल्सो टू स्टेप अप. टेल मी.
आई थिंक पिंक बॉल में भी मुझे यही लगा था, और काफी लोगों को ये लगा था. शुभमन गिल सबसे ज्यादा, एक तो फॉल्ट शॉट उनका सबसे कम था. अगर आप स्टैट्स भी मैंने देखे, जो तमाम वेबसाइट स्टैट्स कैरी करती हैं, फॉल्ट शॉट एक तो उनकी बैटिंग में नहीं था. कहीं पर भी बहुत ज्यादा बीटन अप नहीं हुए. सबसे बड़ी बात ये, अगर आप दोनों गेम्स देखोगे, सिर्फ एक एज का बाउंड्री उनका गया है. मल्टीपल प्लेयर्स जो रहे, जिन्होंने 20-25 से ज्यादा बॉल खेला, अगर आप उनकी बैटिंग देखोगे तो देयर वर एजेस, देयर वर प्ले एंड मिसेस. बट विद शुभमन गिल आई थिंक ही वाज, सबसे जो इंपॉर्टेंट बात है कि एक अग्रेसिव खेल रहे हैं. और अग्रेसिव खेलने के साथ साथ अगर आप जो दूसरा चीज देखोगे कि ही एग्जैक्टली नो कि उनको क्या छोड़ देना है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इस कंडीशन में. एक जो उनको हेल्प मिल रही है चीज, आई थिंक वो इस चीज से मिल रही है कि स्क्वायर ऑफ द विकेट उनका गेम बहुत अच्छा है. जहां पर जो बाउंस पर, अंडर हिज आईज और बॉक्स के अंदर जो वो खेल रहे हैं, केएल राहुल को भी अगर आप देखोगे, रन्स नहीं स्कोर किए, बट अगर आप पिंक बॉल के साथ फर्स्ट इनिंग्स देखोगे, इन द फर्स्ट 21 बॉल्स, मैंने नोट डाउन किया हुआ है, 21 और 22 बॉल पे उन्होंने जो है अपना पहला सिंगल लिया. तो आज की तारीख में मेरे को नहीं याद आता ऐसे कितने क्रिकेटर्स हैं, इतने सारे लोग यहां पर क्रिकेट देखते हैं, सब बता सकते हैं कि 22 गेंदें खेलकर कोई बंदा अपना पहला रन बनाएगा. इतना पेशेंस आज के क्रिकेटर्स में नहीं रहा है. जो हम लगातार कंटिन्यूअसली बात करते रहते हैं कि आजकल अगर आप 6 डॉट बॉल खेल लो तो आपको 7 डॉट बॉल में ये प्रेशर हो जाता है, नाउ आई हैव टू स्कोर अ रन ना. एंड स्पेशली व्हेन ही हैज टू ओपन हिज अकाउंट, स्पेशली टू ओपन हिज अकाउंट, एवरीवन इज सो डेस्परेट नाउअडेज. लेकिन उस खिलाड़ी ने अपने 22वें बॉल पे पहला सिंगल लिया है. बिफोर दैट ही वाज प्लेइंग इन द बॉक्स, जिसको हम पॉपिंग क्रीज बोलते हैं, और एवरीथिंग प्लेड सो लेट. क्योंकि यहां पर पिंक बॉल, मूविंग पिंक बॉल और चढ़ते हुए बॉल के साथ आपको ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहता है. आई थिंक शुभमन गिल डिड द सेम, बट शुभमन गिल केप्ट ऑन स्कोरिंग रन्स. अगर आप देखोगे, पहला विकेट पहली बॉल पे गिर गया था, उसके बाद भी उसने अवे फ्रॉम द बॉडी जिस तरीके से हैंड आई कोऑर्डिनेशन के साथ मिचेल स्टार्क को मारा, चौका मारा, कवर ड्राइव मारी, वो सारी चीजें अगर आप देखोगे तो ही लुक्ड इन कंप्लीट कंट्रोल. इन द सेकंड इनिंग्स आल्सो ही लुक्ड इन कंप्लीट कंट्रोल. आज भी जब आप उन्हें देख रहे थे तो जो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि डिफेंड बहुत कम बॉल्स की उन्होंने. अगर जो हमने उनका जो विजुअल भी ले रखा है, अगर आप उसको देखेंगे, शुभानंदा ने एक विजुअल ग्रुप में डाला है, सिर्फ एक बॉल है उसमें जिसको उन्होंने डिफेंड किया है. अदरवाइज ही वाज गोइंग फॉर हिज शॉट्स, ही वाज कटिंग द बॉल, ही वाज प्लेइंग द फ्लिक्स, ही वाज गोइंग फॉर द ड्राइव्स, एंड एवरीथिंग ही इज मिडलिंग. मुझे नहीं याद आता वो एक भी बार उन्होंने कोई निक लिया हो या कोई बोल्ड हुए हो वो एक भी बार. जबकि बाकी शुरुआत में ही आज तीसरा बॉल जो मैं कह रहा था, विराट कोहली का ऑफ स्टंप कार्टव्हील करता हुआ गया है. और जिन्होंने वो ऑफ स्टंप उड़ाया था, मैंने उनसे रीअश्योर भी किया, मैं और शुभानंदा शायद वहीं पर थे, जब मैंने उनसे रीअश्योर किया कि सर वाज दैट अ मिडिल स्टंप और अ ऑफ स्टंप, ही सेड ऑफ स्टंप. तो वो कार्टव्हील करता हुआ गया. और उसके बाद अगर आप देखोगे, रोहित शर्मा का जो हम कह रहे थे, मल्टीपल एजेस थे, मल्टीपल टाइम एजेस थे. सो इन बिटवीन अगर आप अपने यंग प्लेयर्स को देखोगे तो वो ज्यादा बेहतर लग रहे हैं. शुभमन गिल फॉर मी, आई थिंक ये मेरा गट फील है कि ही इज जस्ट वन इनिंग्स अवे, 1 or 2 innings अवे फ्रॉम अ wonderful innings.
Fingers crossed for that, because you really need somebody to step up, and we've seen that happen historically. We've seen that 1947-48 Vijay Hazare, 1980-81 we've seen multiple times. Even Chetan Chauhan scored that his best. 1986 we had some great knocks. 92 was our man Sachin Tendulkar. So multiple times. Closing comments. By the way, Urvashi Rao says, Devashish, are you coming to Brisbane? We should meet. So there you go. Devashish, you have a fandom. Do meet, and because Indian cricket fans are always
just look at Shubhan's reaction.
रोहित और मामा का सेटल्ड है, कहीं ना कहीं से कोई ना कोई फैंस आके ले जा रहे हैं, घुमा रहे हैं. मैं ही अकेला
Yes,
अपना
yes, we will definitely
$40
meet.
एक्स्ट्रा खर्चा
I
कर
am
रहा हूँ
looking
डेली.
forward to meeting you.
इसीलिए तो मैं और गार्गी और त्रिशा और शर्मिष्ठा आ रहे हैं कि तेरे को ले जाएंगे. डोंट वरी. Boria sir, is the rift among fans of their favorite star Indian players also made rating of IPL matches sky high, especially Gargi, take that.
Man, I don't even think this far. I don't even think this far because I have never thought about this. How do you come up with such theories? I don't
No,
know.
Boreda, but I think by that, but I think this is right. This is right. I
Could
think
be.
this is right. At certain point of time आप इसको इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते. आप जितना बोल लो कि ये गलत हो रहा है, ये गलत है, बट फॉर एक तो पहली चीज मैं इसमें
अरे
बस एक
रणजी
चीज
रणजी के
करना
टाइम
चाहता
पे
हूँ.
भी पहले के टाइम पे हुआ करता था, दिल्ली
No,
बॉम्बे
no,
का
no,
बहुत बहुत
नहीं नहीं
ज्यादा
नहीं,
I
मैं
can
ये कह
cite
रहा
the
हूँ,
example. I
मैं
can
ये कह रहा
cite the
हूँ कि
example.
इफ देयर इज एन इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल राइवलरी, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं आईपीएल के मैचेस को बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग कर देती है. If there is something, a political or a geopolitical or a geographical issue between Chennai and Karnataka, then it will definitely hype up something between CSK and RCB. If there is Rohit in Mumbai Indians and Virat at RCB, then ये जो individual rivalries है, ये IPL तक obviously उसको support करती है. मैं इसको ignore, मतलब मैं ये नहीं बोलूंगा कि ये मनगढ़ंत है या ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. ये चीजें कहीं ना कहीं
Definitely.
फैक्टर इन होती हैं.
Okay. I
And
think
we
this
have we
time
have witnessed it, and we have witnessed it after on the pre-match day, just the day before the match when the Indian players were training. I think it was an open session day. There were chants of RCB, RCB. What the hell was? Why they were chanting RCB? Why they were chanting CSK? It was baffling. It's an Indian team that was playing, that was preparing for the test match. Why were they chanting RCB? Why were they chanting CSK? It came very strange to me. It means
No,
why?
no,
Why on earth
no.
are you chanting?
In 2022 Ranji Trophy final, Rajat Patidar was scored 100, and there was no chance on MP. The chants were for RCB. It was happening in Bengaluru, and the chants were of RCB. And then Rajat Patidar did this, that he showed his MP crest, that chat for this. I want to hear chants on this. But they were saying RCB, RCB, RCB. So आप मानो इसे या ना मानो, आप इसे इग्नोर कर दो, आप बोलो कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है,
Ekdam.
बट ये
brand
और
power
बोलेगा.
of the
जस्ट द
IPL.
थिंग जस्ट द थिंग जस्ट द थिंग दैट,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
पता है क्या, डिजिटल मीडिया के आने के बाद,
Charlie, mute the others. Echo हो रहा है. Mute the others.
डिजिटल मीडिया के आने के बाद ये हुआ है कि डिजिटल मीडिया के लोग भी जस्ट टू केटर द फैंडम, अगर आप इंडिया को पिंक बॉल लॉस के बाद अगर आप गरियाओगे नहीं, अगर आप फॉल्स वर्ड्स नहीं बोलोगे, इस तरह की बातें नहीं करोगे, आपको व्यूज नहीं मिलेंगे उतने. यू डोंट गेट दैट मच व्यूज. अगर आप ये बोलोगे कि अरे यार एक ही तो टेस्ट मैच है, एक टेस्ट मैच हार गए तो क्या हो गया. डिजिटल मीडिया के राइज ने ये किया है, यूट्यूब पर डिस्कशंस ने ये किया है, दैट आप एक एक मैच के हिसाब से प्लेयर को यहां लाते हो और फिर यहां पटक देते हो, फिर यहां लाते हो, फिर यहां पटक देते हो. यू जज देम ऑन अ डेली बेसिस रादर देन इफ अगर जैसे हम लोग एक आर्टिकल लिखेंगे, सपोज पुराने जमाने में लोग क्या करते थे, 10 इनिंग्स में कोई फेल हुआ तब जाके एक आर्टिकल आएगा कि क्या एक वरी साइन है. बट इन टुडेज जनरेशन, इन दिस रील एंड शॉर्ट्स जनरेशन, हर इंसान का जो इमोशन है ना, वो 3 सेकंड 4 सेकंड से ज्यादा नहीं है. तो आप अगर ये बोलोगे एक टेस्ट मैच हारने के बाद कि अरे यार इंडिया एक ही हारा है, अब मैं आपको ये लिख कर दे रहा हूं कि लोग आपको नहीं देखेंगे. आप वहीं पर बोलोगे कि हटाओ रोहित शर्मा को, निकालो विराट कोहली को,
पता
सडनली आप देखोगे आपको
है,
100 लोग देख रहे हैं, आपको 1000 लोग देखने लगेंगे. सो दिस
हाँ,
इज द
ये
पार्ट.
ये यही मामला है. क्लासिकल म्यूजिक होके अगर हम लोगों को रहना है तो मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं
नहीं नहीं बुरेदा,
पड़ता. अगर हम
क्लासिकल म्यूजिक की अपनी जगह है, रैप म्यूजिक की अपनी जगह है, पॉप
हाँ,
सबकी
वही
अपनी
मैं
जगह है.
बोल रहा हूँ. अगर आप
बट
पॉन चलाओगे, I consider these YouTubers worse than porn. People who peddle porn do that from a certain socio-economic background and need. I give them a lot of respect. But such YouTubers and people who do this for nonsense, they are filthy toilet paper. You can flush them off. That's what it is. So that's the difference between journalists masquerading as cheerleaders and stargazers and a serious platform as ours. But 5 o'clock, Rohit Juglan, Shubhan Chakraborty, Devashish Sen, I want answers. Why is Champions Trophy schedule not out? Why is Pakistan still wanting a written guarantee? Why is it that BCCI has snubbed them again? Why is it that the Pakistan Cricket Board chief meets their prime minister and still there is no this thing? Why is it that the host broadcaster puts out a promo without the host country and still there is no word from the PCB? Is Pakistan Cricket Board scared now that Champions Trophy will move out? Are they? Is this obstinacy going to cost Pakistan big time? I want answers from all of you at 5 p.m. Shomik, I'll give you the last word.
No, see, I'm just a few words about the Champions Trophy and Pakistan's double standards. I mean, your government are running a proxy war against India through Bangladesh, and here you are saying that sports shouldn't be mixed with politics, and you are asking for written guarantee. just put that into the bin.
There is no written guarantee that will ever come your way.
There is
So I
no
want
written
what is
guarantee.
happening with Champions Trophy. They can go to
We
hell.
have we have reported there is no written guarantee.
Yes. So at 5 o'clock, I want all the updates on Champions Trophy. These people need to travel tomorrow, so they need some packing time and rest time as well. But the closing comment, Mama, you are so cute. I can't take more comments after this. So that's the end of story. Urvashi Rao, Mama, you are so cute. Wonderful. I mean, brilliant comment. End of show, end of
At least
story.
don't
Shubha
write
and
Mama
Rohit.
then. At least don't write
At
Mama
least,
then.
at least, अरे यार ये मत करो. Don't call. I mean, come on, man. Devashish, but you've got a fandom, Devashish. এটা তোকে মানতে হবে. There is a mama cult. There is a mama cult. Whatever you agree or not, and Shubhan is a disgrace as a nephew. Arey, he doesn't give you the respect. He calls, "Hey, mama." এরকম করে কেউ বলে? How can a nephew call a mama like that?
My nephew has blackmailed me today.
What?
My nephew has blackmailed me today. You ask him. Ask him.
Yeah, tell him the full story.
No, I'm not telling the full story, but I have been blackmailed. And I said, I don't want. I don't want.
One time meal
No.
for one photo, and if you want the entire video, you will have to feed me throughout the entire city.
I'll tell you one story of Devashish Sen and we'll end the show. 2022 World Cup, eve of India versus Pakistan. Pakistan probably. Yeah, Pakistan, Melbourne, yes. So we were walking in front of the Adina Hotel in Federation Square and there was a public telephone booth. So Devashish straight away walks into that public telephone, that kind of booth or, that stand and picks up the phone and I'm standing there and he's not coming out. And I'm like, why are you wasting my time? We've got to go for lunch. Come out, let's go. And he turns to me and he says, 1 minute. I said, what happened? He said, I'm calling Rohit Sharma to tell him the team. I had frozen. He said, I'm calling Rohit Sharma to tell him the team. He picked up the public telephone. That is Devashish Sen and the cult of Devashish Sen. Gargi Raut, Shobhit Chakraborty, Devashish Sen, Rohit Juglan, Shubhan, and everyone who asked your questions. Thanks for watching. Back at 5 p.m. Need breaking news on the Champions Trophy? What's happening? Tell me in detail. But till then, thank you very much.